Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gururdevo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Every field has its own way of coming to a conclusion. Biology follows certain thinking in order to determine a particular conclusion. Physics another way, civics another way, economics another way. So every field has its own way of coming to a conclusion. So when we come to the dharma means righteousness, then the way to come to a conclusion and understand the measure, people think or understand it as that we have to do our duties and responsibilities. When we come to yoga, it is for purification. Purification is the way, is the process. When we come to upasana, it is using your bhava, single pointedness, and the bhav with which you approach the reality or the Lord. And when we come to Vedanta, see, what is the process? What is the way to come to the conclusion? What are we going to follow? What we have to follow, the scriptures say, we have to follow the wise men. And the wise men are those who have realized their self and are established in it, and who have confirmed that what Vedanta says is correct. Today we live in a world of democracy, at least in this part of the world. Democracy is of what? Democracy of the people, by the people, for the people. It's a rule of the majority. And today the majority are ruling the wise. Does it mean the majority of people look at the sky and they say sky is blue? So do we accept that? The majority people, the education system teaches us the sun rises, the sun sets. Do we accept that? In Vedanta, we do not accept the conclusion of the majority. We only accept the conclusion of the wise. Think. And what do the wise say? Is there is the sky and the blueness of the sky separate from each other? Is the sky and the blueness of the sky separate from each other? Is the wave and the water separate from each other? Is the ornament and the gold separate from each other? Is the individual and the infinite separate from each other? Question to be pondered upon. See? Or we say, oh, because there is sky, there is the blueness. But what is sky? Okay, we'll not go into that. So we create a relationship. A relationship is always of the two. Who are the two? Sky and the blueness. Who are the two? The snake and the rope. Who are the two? The gold and the ornament. Who are the two? The infinite self and the individual self. Be attentive. The blueness is a mere superimposition on the sky. The ornament is a mere superimposition on the gold. The wave is a mere superimposition on the waters. The husband is a mere superimposition on the man. Similarly, this jivahood, this jivatva, this individuality is a mere superimposition on the infinite. Is there a relationship between the gold and the ornament? Is there a relationship between the man and the husband? Is there a relationship between the water and the wave? From the water's point of view, it is all that there is. From the gold point of view, it is all that there is. But from the wave point of view, when we are looking at that example, can the wave come back to be the water? Or is it already water? Can the wave become the water or be the water, or is it already water? So now think, can the husband be the man? So husband is thinking, I have to realize myself, I have to realize that I am the man. But how can he realize something which he is already? So this seeking is defunct. It will not give you any result. So this is called as relationless.
Alert from no backups for 129 days.
So this is called as a relationless relationship. We make it into that cause is the gold and ornament is the effect. Cause is the man and husband is the effect. Water is the cause and the wave is the effect. But in Vedanta, we don't accept that. It is a relationless relationship. So, for whom is this relationless relationship? not for the gold, not for the water, not for the sky, not for the man, not for the infinite self. Because from its point, everything it is only. It is, that's it. So this whole instruction is not for the self, it is for the individual. And this individual is told that it is a relation, what you are seeking, you are already. Then how do I work out that I am an individual and I am the super pure consciousness? Then it is told all these examples which he just took. So it is a relationless relationship. So actually there is no relation. Yet at the empirical level it is experienced because of the senses and because of the mind and the intellect, because of the illusion. So this relationless relationship itself is an illusion. There is nothing but water. Whatever you may say, you may call it ocean, you may call it wave, you may call it a drop, you may call it a tide, you may call it a cube of ice, iceberg. But the essence of it is water. Water has never vanished. It has never lost itself in order for the illusion to express. All these were illusions. The drop, the wave, the ocean, the iceberg. The essence has always remained. In fact, essence itself is same way, exactly the same way. This infinite self is always the same, and it is always sada. On it the individuality is superimposed. So this individual is being told, contemplate in this manner that you are already that which you are seeking. There is no difference between the wave and the water. There is no difference between the husband and the man. There is no difference between the individual and the infinite self. The water can express as many waves. It is seen. Man can express many roles of father, brother, son, etc. The self can also express, just like the sun can express as many reflections. But all that which is seen as expressing under certain conditions is not real. It's a phenomena. Phenomena is that which exists in its own absence. And we are not here to prove the phenomena or not the phenomena. We are coming in Vedanta, we are there to be, to know the essence of ours. So, as we said, is there a distance? Is there a difference between the wave and the water? No. Is there a difference between the ornament and the gold? No. Is there a difference between the husband and the man? No. Similarly, is there a difference between the individual and the infinite? No. But because of our preoccupation with differences, when we move around in the world, when we accept the conditioning of the mind, of the body, immediately differences are created. And differences are only for the individual. So this individual is being addressed in Vedanta that you are that one infinite self. don't create a distance. Infinite self is not the goal which you can achieve. Like you came to this satsang and you are listening. So words are coming from somewhere and you are able to listen to them. There's nowhere to go in Vedanta. Oh, I'm going for meditation. What is meditation for us? Running away from the world and diving into the silence. So the world is too much and I want the silence. I want to abide in the self. But when I come out, again the world is there. So again I want to run back into silence. Vedanta destroys this notion that self is all that there is. Whether you accept or you don't accept, it does not matter to Vedanta. Its basic premise is the infinite self is all that there is. And if we as individual create a distance between this individuality and the infinity, then bhur bhuva swa tapah janah maha satyam, then we create the various tiers of experiences based on our imagination. So there is no distance between water and the wave. There is no distance between the individuality and the infinite. It's like husband wanted to come back to man and he creates different stages of experiences in order to be the man. It's stupid, isn't it? Exactly the same way. In Vedanta, the infinite self is not some object to be achieved. It's not an object to be experienced. It's not an object to be gained. The reality is not an object to be comprehended. And therefore it is said, aprapya manasa saha. Reality is that wherein the mind has no entry. And the mind functions only with words, thoughts. Thoughts cannot reveal that infinite self. Infinite self is self-existing. It doesn't require the support of anything. The individual cannot become the infinite. The husband cannot become the man because he is already the man. The wave cannot become water because it is already the water. Same way, the seeker, the individual, cannot become the infinite reality, the pure consciousness, as he is already that. When we say he is already that, same thing the scriptures say, Tattvamasi, you are that, I am that. And this has been confirmed by the wise men. who have taken the Vedantic approach and come to be therefore in Vedanta knowing is being. As long as we are knowing through thoughts the being that we are creating a distance in between. When the seeker drops all seeking, being, existence, knowing, consciousness, they are one. I cannot come to know myself. But this is the mistake we are making in our approach. We have kept the infinite self as an object of experience. No, it is not an object of experience. It is a subjective experience. It's a subjective. Next step, experienceless experience. Because that is all that there is.